Penguin teleport. Artificial intelligence has been a hot button topic for a while now, and it's really not hard to see why. It progressed further than anybody had thought possible in such a short amount of time, being able to hold a conversation, generate images, music, literature, and even video. A lot of the worry that surrounds these new breakthroughs in AI technology is the implication that these machines could start replacing people in these creative fields. Everyone with half a brain knows why generative AI is bad, but I want to offer you my insights and a new perspective. It's not going to hurt large creators as much as it'll hurt small creators. Just for those of you who are less informed, I'll give you a short rundown on what I mean when I'm talking about generative AI. Generative AI is a term used to describe models of machine learning that, instead of making predictions and recognizing patterns in the typical way an AI does, attempts to generate something new. This includes literary, musical, and artistic works. Think about it as an input-output machine on a gargantuan level. The input is a large amount of artists' works being pumped into a machine, and the output is a sort of conglomerate of these inputs. By positively reinforcing it when it gets a good result and negatively reinforcing it when it gets a bad one, you're teaching it how to make a coherent product. The product, in this case an image, is generated using a model that has already been reinforced, thus the term generative AI. Now, why exactly is this a bad thing? Well, to address the first big-ass elephant in the room, the majority of generative AI models are built off of stolen works. The outrage we saw online for the first wave of AI-generated images was because all of these images were based off of stolen artwork, and instead of doing the clear ethical solution of asking artists, hey, do you want this machine to steal your art style and soullessly recreate it, they decided, we're just gonna steal it and then forget about it. Fast forward to now, these AI models have only gotten better at recognizing patterns and reproducing art styles based off of people's work. And now, a lot of companies have started integrating them into their products and trying to push them on us. Grammarly, Google, Expedia, Instagram, Apple. I could go on for ages, but we'd be here forever. How did we get here? Why did it come to this? And where do we go from here? I don't have some statement that's suddenly gonna stop these AI models from being developed. No matter the ethical or artistic concerns, AI is gonna continue trucking on. So, what do we do?
Creative part of the work just better.
I think so. And some creative jobs maybe will go away. But maybe they shouldn't have been there in the first place. I really believe that using it as a tool for education, creativity will expand our intelligence and creativity and imagination.
Pinguinos, this was an incredibly difficult video for me to make. As someone who considers himself an artist, it's really difficult for me to dive deep into topics like these because it means grappling with something that only spells disaster for people like me. But as I dug deeper into my research, I started to feel a little bit better, and I hope I can make you feel a little bit better about it too. It's hard to ignore the fact that AI has taken a large part of the creator space by storm, even if it's only taken the place of those terrible content farms. These people are not creating out of a love of art. They are creating content to get impressions and revenue, and they don't respect creative work. They see it as only a means to an end, and that's generally what AI is used for. The people using it to create what they would call art would like you to think that it works similarly to how we do, which on a surface level it does. When making a work of art, we inevitably take inspiration from other people, replicating a style we liked or maybe just a part that we thought was cool. That explanation I gave earlier about how AI works sounds pretty similar, with it going through good or bad scenarios. But again, it's probably the most surface level way of thinking about this. What we have that AI doesn't is life experience, influence, thought, and feelings. It can't think, it can't intuit, and it doesn't create with any passion or purpose, which is antithetical to everything we do as human beings. And yet we've got an abundance of companies telling us AI is the way to go, with Google integrating it into their search engine for, results, and most social media sites having AI integration in some way. It's ridiculous how much of a buzzword it's becoming too, because we've had AI in our life for ages. Text-to-speech, virtual assistants, algorithms, all pattern recognizing programs that have been in our life for years. For example, the virtual assistant Siri has been a part of iPhones for well over a decade now. However, she had some basic capabilities that chatbots have now. The only difference is that instead of having some phrases baked into the software itself, these new AI chatbots can generate one based on what they've been fed, which is advanced but pretty damn useless. And now you've got all these thesaurus assistants like Grammarly shoving AI down people's throats to the point of like, is this even my email anymore? Is my voice not good enough? And let me let you in on something. Generative AI isn't really good at its job, and companies are trying to trick you into thinking that it is. Like I said earlier, artificial intelligence can't think like you and I do. It's one of the biggest things holding it back. All it can do now is identify patterns and show them back to you. And you must be thinking, well, yeah, that's how it is right now, but it'll get better in the future. Well, that's a bit tricky, because to get a computer close enough in performance to think like we do, we need a supercomputer that doesn't exist, with enough power to power it, which is probably going to be something like a small country. The human mind is a powerful and extraordinary thing. At all creative things, humans are much more equipped for the job than AI is. Plus, a lot of the AI aren't even good at the jobs they do have, getting tricked that the wrong answers for math or otherwise are correct ones so frequently that they have to put disclaimers on some of these things. Because unlike the human mind, AI cannot sense BS. And this isn't to say that all AI is bad either, just generative AI. It's a bit unfair to discount how amazing it is that we could have programs that are precise enough to do surgery on people at a small scale, or machines that could help us simulate certain events so that we can better prepare for them. But those use cases for AI are productive. Even in art, we've got cool things like chroma key that are huge time savers and help with workflow. What does generative AI really bring to the table? Oh, that's funny. You know how Google Docs has their own little AI that tells you when words are right or wrong? It's telling me bring was wrong to use in that sentence. But really, how does AI making music or paintings really contribute anything to anyone? What good does a machine that makes something so intimately human do? Who's even the audience for AI-generated content? Crypto bros? Tech bros? I'm sorry, but those guys don't have any money. They just wasted it all on buying pictures of monkeys. Plus, this AI-generated content is mostly comprised of deceptions, like all these political ones where you can tell some dude made it, got mad that it existed, and had to let everyone know that's how he felt. You're kinda cheating yourself out of a good time too when you use generative AI. For pretty much anything. It's like buying Super Mario Wonder, super excited to play it, and insisting that you're a huge Mario fan. And when you boot up the game, you haven't even gotten past the title screen, and you're like, damn, this game is too hard. And so you pay some dude named fucking Bing to play the game for you. And basically all he does is give you a 100% save file, only for you to flaunt to your friends that you're an expert at Mario and actually love all of the games. I remember just last semester, I was in a programming class for my mechanical degree, and I would constantly overhear conversations about having ChatGPT do their coding assignments for them. Dude, you chose this career path. Did you not think there was gonna be coding? You took a coding class! Why are you even here? We are already in a crisis where the younger generation is having difficulty reading because of the way they were taught, and suddenly the thing that's gonna fix that is an AI that does everything for them. It's hilarious too because you're not gonna just see this with the analytical classes like math and science, but you're also gonna see it with literature and art. I took an optional AP Lit class in high school, and there were kids in that class using AI on their papers. Why? What are you even doing there except wasting your time? And that's ultimately what I think generative AI is. It's a waste of time. It's funny how much we built up AI these past few decades as a technology that would replace mundane tasks so we could pursue higher knowledge in artistic endeavors. And suddenly, the biggest AI models we have now are ones that are going to replace us in those artistic endeavors and higher knowledge. That's where the paradox lies. If generative AI does replace us in these fields, what is there left to do? To quote an incredibly unartificially intelligent woman, I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so that I can do art and writing. not for AI to do my art and writing so I can do my laundry and dishes. When I say the word artist, what comes to mind? Music helps give our thoughts and our feelings meaning. It's all he knows how to do, and he's gotta do something. I've been writing this video for a while. It's gone through a few rewrites and changes, all in an effort to make it feel right. This video dates back as far as the first on this channel, the Speed Racer video, where I went on a monologue about how anything at all can be art, and that everyone, at heart, is an artist. I was able to make that video because of my voice. As a human being, you were given a voice. You were given thoughts, emotions, and aspirations. You were given the ability to communicate, the ability to express, and to create. For as long as we've been able to put a color to surface, we've created. This is what makes us truly unique, what makes us human. Every person is capable of making art, and yet, in the past few years, we've seen nothing but excuses for using tools that exploit those who appreciate our special talent. We've seen hatred and vitriol, a supposed democratization of art. What is there to democratize? The ability to put a pen to paper? The ability to take a crayon and color between the lines? What do we have that these faux artists don't? A voice, passion, resolve. When you make images with an AI, you are giving away your free thought. You're conceding your ability to create to a company that would love nothing more than for you to continue to do so. The AI doesn't know what you've been through, what you've seen, or who you are. The AI doesn't have your voice. The AI could never produce what majesty your mind can. Why then have these people decided that AI is better at manifesting ideas than they are? Talking directly to them now, are you not confident in your own ideas? Do you not believe in yourself enough to see your own ideas through? I find it ironic that so many AI covers of the Frank Sinatra song, My Way, exist, as it's a song about being content in the way he lived his life, confident in his work, and unabashedly himself. And yet people misunderstand the message of the song and have random cartoon characters or celebrities sing it. It says more about AI than I possibly ever could. I don't want your takeaway from this video to be that generative AI is going to take our jobs or our humanity or ruin our lives, but rather, because it could never replicate what makes us uniquely human, it simply can't. We will continue to feel, to love, to hate, to think, and to create. That's what makes us unique, and that's why AI will never replace us.